Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Saturday night. You have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you had some awesome plans. As for me, well, probably like many other people, if you're an adult, you were doing your taxes. So, everyone's screaming and frantically rushing about their taxes. It is literally just like that episode of The Simpsons where everyone is trying to get their taxes turned in at the last second. And unfortunately, I'm not a Ned Flanders. I'm apparently no different than Homer Simpson. But it's without obviously making up the stories about everyone and everything I know. But for tonight, though, we're gonna be playing a little bit more of Xanadu next here. I'd like to think we're close to the end, but something tells me that Xanadu Labyrinth might take a while, and Castle Strange Rock, I don't know if that's going to be a dungeon in and of itself, or if it's just going to be a full-on, like, here's the boss, the game's over. I doubt it's that, but it'll be very interesting to actually see. But hopefully you guys are doing great. So, why don't we get things started here? Truth be told, on the side, I've actually gotten back into a little bit of civilization. Call me terrible, but apparently that monkey is actually still on my back, and I still want to play more. I should actually change my abilities a little bit, though, because I probably should update these. I'm gonna take Bash here. Even though the shield block is actually nice. Same thing with the fire, honestly. Like, I notice I'm definitely not exploring this game in full, and I think what I would like to do when I come back to it on my own personal time is really actually play through with it. Because I think it would be very interesting to actually see if you could do a magic-style build. And I think that's easily possible, considering you basically get to cast a spell, literally, you get, what, 80 spell casts at most. The problem is, though, of course, you'd have to farm a lot of gold, but for how much I've invested in my weapons and armor and such, which you still would actually need to do, at least for the weapons, or at least the armor. You think it'd be hard to do a magic build? Yeah, I think so too. Part of it, personally, is just because I'm using a gamepad. Clearly, this game didn't get... You can use a keyboard and mouse. Like, it's very obviously it's implemented for keyboard and mouse, a la... like, traditional Diablo. Like, it's very reminiscent of that. But, call me a sucker, but when... Call me a sucker, I kinda chose to do gamepad for some strange reason. Once you gotta go in, you're probably destroyed. Yeah. Plus, you wouldn't actually have to worry about the weapons so much, because I'm really feeling like my, I'm really over-reliant on having to have a really good weapon. For now, though... I'm actually thinking here, did I actually have a memoir from, Charlotte here? Nope, no newt. No, I did have a memoir. Demigod's Moon, 19th, 1216. 19th day of the Demigod's Moon. Today my father received a report from one of his generals. Who am I? Is it really right for me to just sit here dallying about? No, I need not go confirm for myself. The real meaning of the Black Bride, to become that person's... Tis the only role for which I'm suited. I'm the only one who can do this. This is a fate destined only for me. In other words, she became... Something tells me the younger sister became the Black Bride. But how are you doing, Walnut? How are you doing today? To go over and change out my guardians and use what money I have to buy a couple of potions. Like I said, this is very useful, honestly, using this discount guardian. I will say though, this is going to be very difficult for an endgame, just simply because I'm not getting the Oh shoot, no, I was using the big potions. I don't even have money for the big potions. Crud. That's really unfortunate. Thank you very much, Mecha GM, for the host. As always, I really always appreciate the, man. How have you been? How has your stream been? Better now after having some pizza and having some time to chill. Nice. Had to deal with some issue days and bad weather. That's unfortunate. Honestly, weather in my neck of the woods has actually been good. And again, in my state, it's like everyone hates the weather of my state. Sunny again? Oh, such a shame. I'm trying to think here. I actually am using the large potions. Crap. That's not good. That's not good at all. I just thought I was using the medium potions. Like, the downside is, like, you clearly see the outdated design, because, like, you have all these awesome powers and armlets and stuff for physical attacking, but you can only have so many things are hotkeyed. You're lucky we had the snow melt, then 1 foot of snow, then freeze. Oh, that's... I have no problem with snow, but the problem is like, okay, great, you have snow, but then what happens when it melts? And then what happens when it actually freezes again? I don't even know why I walked into this store. There was actually no reason for it. No, wait, there was a reason, wasn't there? I was thinking of adjusting my stats, but that'll be fine. I'm actually worried because I've been playing a bare minimum stat game here. Every time if I actually do run into that level down mechanic again, I am doomed. I know I have a teleporter, but for the sake of exploring, I'm actually just going to enter Xanadu Labyrinth proper. I would like to know what these statues are for, though. Because the priestess won't, she won't tell me. Already explored those 2 areas. These guys I'm not liking at all. Oh, now I can finally actually start doing some real damage with at least this greatsword. My greatsword is thankfully going to get to 200% proficiency, and then I can actually start doing actual damage. I do want to get the best armor, because if I don't, I'm gonna hurt. You are the groundhog, 6 more weeks of winter. I know that actually doesn't determine the weather, but still. It's a fun little old fable. Where are you? I like how kind of you call the goblins dumb, and then the oh, cool, level up. 6 weeks with or without the shadow. Yeah. No, I completely believe it. I know it is. Here again. Alright, this is just an empty room. How are you doing, Garland? How has your week been treating you? Hopefully you had some awesome plans. Let me take a look at the map here. There! I missed an entire section of the labyrinth. How did I miss an entire section of, like, the first door? I'm actually a little surprised on this. Oh no, that's the exit. What am I doing? Oh. Huh. It's also been 9 weeks. Another bone. I've been reading the Dragon Ball manga. Just read something that astounded you. What astounded you? I'll be honest, once I actually went to a library often, it actually had Dragon Ball, not in English, not in... It didn't have it in English, it didn't have it in Japanese, it had it in Chinese. Someone actually donated Dragon Ball, or one of the Dragon Ball mangas that was in Chinese. And I don't know why, it was actually one of the very, like, strangely interesting, just simply because, you know, translating things. Oh, right. These terrible things. Oh no, I actually got this one, because I cheated. I was able to jump and get those boots. But what astounded you, though? I like the music. Actually, nice music. I'm also kind of trying to farm a little bit of money here. I will be completely honest with you on that. Anything that gets me money and gets me skill. In the manga, after Cell blows up and kills King Kai is then brought back to life by the wish of Shenron, and the anime is dead. Yeah, that was actually a little weird. You would think the wish would have actually included, King Kai. Yeah. So you're reading the Dragon Ball Z, manga then. Oh, you're right, of course, the filler arcs. And then it just became like some weird running gag. And the chest was experience? Oh, no, never mind. It was gold. A little confused on that. The manga doesn't differentiate between Ball and Z. Interesting, because for the volumes that I read, like, oh, the one, or like, I guess it's like, you know, the version that you see. Let me be specific on that. Oh, right, this place. How? Actually curious. Well, that actually doesn't do anything, does it? This is a... Now I remember why I skipped this puzzle. Because that... Oh, they can just... I don't even know why I ended up attacking. Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm curious about something. I'm honestly curious about something. I want to test something. I'll sliding down. I don't exactly have the strongest magic. I'm curious enough. Nope, that doesn't kill them, though. Doubt. Yeah, no, I don't do any magic damage at all. I am 100% warrior. I'm 100% warrior through and through. In the volume versions, they will state they are Z, but they follow manga chapters. Oh, interesting, because... Like, that's actually interesting, because, like, there'll always be version different... Like, to me, I see version differences. Because the ones that I saw, when Dragon Ball Z, it was basically dedicated for Dragon Ball Z, and it was manga, you know, episode 1, basically. And now I'm finally actually getting the money I need. Oh, book. Fire level 3. I think I already have that, actually. I do not. So I'll be happy and take fire level 3. Shame I just don't have the intelligence for it. Oh, right. Let's not jump into the water and not breathe. like to live. I'm going to give up on using that, trying to solve that box puzzle. To me, it's gonna be a waste of our time, unfortunately. As much as I would like to use it, or like to get it. Chapter's 418, jeez. Like, that and One Piece, those shows just never end. Those two will just never get a proper ending. Ah, oh, come on, really? Get stuck on the candle. Right, I need the discus. One Piece feels like still hasn't hit a main story. That's the problem with that's definitely one of the problems with One Piece. I mean, say, you know, Bleach kinda had the same. Well, no, Bleach had the problem of always constantly adding on stuff. Let's just be honest about that. Wait a minute. Oh no, that was just. I could go downstairs, but there was the Lich here. I'm actually curious because we didn't actually go through any of these doors, and I want to actually go through these doors. Oh, let's take a look here. Oh, of course, it's a trap. Oh, that's not good. Ooh, okay. Ooh, mean business. And I just realized I've had the map on this entire time. Oh, right, this room. Like, it's basically another boss room. Actually, just hit these enemies and not get hit by a top. Terrible person. I always kill the healers first. How am I missing? I'm missing way too much for my own good here. One guy actually did a story summary the other day and did less than 30 minutes. The story summary. That's still a lot, honestly. It's another half plate. Really? Nothing? It was just a trap room? Well, it does give you gold, so I guess it's worth something. Alright, next room. These are the rooms that buff you up, apparently. Alright, you handled the first room. Let's do this again, shall we? Wait a minute, what am I doing? I have this. I have a weapon skill now. That actually does damage. So if I can't backstab these guys, at least have that. Those bash, though, seems to be like a one-person attack ability. Oh, crap. Oh, there we go. That is much better, actually. It's like a shockwave. Money before it disappears. The one problem you have with Shonen manga is that it's all the rising egg. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, there's no proper flow to a lot of them anymore. Like, I think that's, you know, like, you don't need it to be filler. Like, you don't need to make up a lot of stuff, but you need to, you know, have part, you know, one of, like, okay, let's just put it this way. Oh, there you go. There's actually our keystone we actually needed for this area. Like, the one thing that Final Fantasy 15 did right, I'm gonna just go back to Final Fantasy 15, because that's, like, the latest story narrative I've actually played recently, aside from this game, is that it does a good job having the small moments where it's like, oh, we did something big, now our characters can progress. Resolve, figure out, their current situation and such. Which is actually good. That's actually a good way of, running things. Manga has, the problem where it's like, it always stays at, like, an 8 or 9, and it doesn't do any sort of dedicated character development in the mundane. You need that balance. It's like, what is it? The hero's journey. Something that is time immemorial. And something like a lot of modern day, even modern day cinema has heavily used. Yeah, explanation. That's actually a good. That's a better way to suffice things. Constant action, constant engagement, and there's no way to, kind of explain things. What in the world? Aha! Now I'm confused if I should be trying to ascend or descend. Alright, let's try this then. It's gonna be really dumb, or this is... okay. It actually works. I kinda wish I could actually see what I'm looking at, though. I don't think I have enough time to float, though. I have enough time to float that direction. Well, worth a shot. Let's see what happens. Nope, I do not have enough time to float. I'm also surprised... oh, actually these might be connected. Large healing potion? Well, I guess that explains why the disc was there, and that was... and we're fighting a boss. Or bosses. So it seems to be one at a time. It doesn't allow the characters to reflect on their actions, it's opposite of endings of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, well, that's Tolkien, and, like, we're kind of jumping from... that's like a writing style difference from east to west. And if you actually are, like... it's not, let's be honest, manga is not the only writing that exists. Like, Japanese culture has a lot of, very interesting, cinema and literature. Which is honestly one of those, one of the actual major strengths. Is, there was actually a couple of books, I read while I was in college. It was called, I'm trying to remember the actual name of it, and Magic Potion, very nice. What was it? It was, I'm trying to remember the author's name. That's actually where I'm struggling right now. The book was actually just called And Then. A very mundane title, and it dwelled itself in the mundane. And it's probably something I think a lot of people could actually relate to today. Oh, there you go. That actually makes sense now. Every time you screw up, you get sent all the way back here. It's actually good. I probably should... you know what? I'm gonna be a smart person. Let's be smart and let's actually save these magic potions and stuff, because I am going to die, and I'm gonna need every bit of resource I can get. Playing this has already taught me that. But the book was called And Then, and it dwelled itself in the mundane of basically a person who... they're focused so much on writing, being a writer, and running, basically trying to be the head of the family. But yet they can't actually get a job. They can't get anywhere ahead in life. And I feel like probably that's actually a series I think people would actually relate to very heavily. I could sell the plate armor and get a few more money. I can buy myself some potions and such. I don't think I had much else. I just really wanted to actually keep the magic potion. Because I did not want to deal with that. And I can do... okay, actually, I can do some leveling up. Let's sell that plate armor. Only 3,000. Chipping me here. Let's see, this is 30,000. Ugh. I need, how much strength do I actually need for that? 30... Yeah, I actually have more than enough strength for everything then, so I guess the only thing I'm not is the Warhammer. The difference, 210 versus 240. Oh man, I ain't gonna get anywhere. Actually, I will have enough mind for that. Yeah, so I'll make sure I'll have the stats for the full plate. I'm gonna go change Guardians and do leveling up and such. And then we can buy that. We can probably buy that shield on discount. I'll take any upgrade I can actually get my hands on. A Vanaport Guardian is very useful. Alright, so was it 18, 25, and 18. I think those were the two I needed. I don't know if I need anything else. I'm more interested in making sure I can get the shield. Actually... I can adjust my stats, actually. That's actually one nice feature. You're not stuck. I'm not stuck with just one. If anything, actually, what probably made this game a little bit better is that they had different classes and such. Maybe not classes, but like, a wider variety of gear. Like, okay, you're playing a mage, but... That's a huge discount. That's a huge discount. Let's see. Ah, I'm one stat point off. One stat point off. That sucks. And I could use it too. That's the worst. How much do I need? I need a lot of. You need a lot of reflex, actually. And am I at the bare minimum for these? I am at the bare minimum for those. Alright, well, fine. Can't use that, I'll just use the large shield for now. I'd probably say you would do better playing this game with a keyboard and mouse, and play it like you would Diablo, but... I don't know, like, sometimes... Like, what do you guys actually feel like? I'm honestly in the mixed department of playing these games. One way or another, because I played both... I guess, a dungeon crawler games, adventure games, both on keyboard and on controller. The Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, for example, or Diablo. You know, Diablo I played on PC. Diablo 1 specifically, and Diablo 2. That's the wrong one. That's... Forgive me, it's nothing. Still not give me anything. So I'm in this weird hybrid. So like when there's combat, unless it's like... Yeah, let's be honest, Diablo was dumb. This actually requires a certain amount of finesse. Because it's important to actually, especially going physical, it's important to get behind your enemy. Unless you have so much defense, you're not going to worry about what damage they're throwing at you. Labyrinth. A mix between controller and keyboard, depends on what game. I just mean specifically like your dungeon crawler slash... I'm trying to think what a good, like another way to explain it. Time actually hitting these enemies. Do a little more damage and take a little less damage. Just hoping. Tried to play ROM Castlevania Aria of Sorrow with keyboard and it was a terrible time. No, I'm not talking like, not your 2D, strictly like your 3D overhead dungeon crawling and stuff. Some bones here. And I just realized, We're too far in. I already went past the water. I forgot to check if Agnes was here. Alright. Oh, goody. The monsters are there if I fall. Lovely. How the heck do I get that chest? That is... You barely make that. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. I have to see if that's actually the sages. Huh. Hey, how's it going, Playful Piano? How are you doing tonight? Thank you very much for the host. Yep, figured. Okay, so there's gotta be a way to actually reach that. How are you? How was your weekend? Thank you very much for the host. Okay, you need to chill out with the spam, dude. You need to really actually... you know, here's what I'll never understand. Let's actually talk about rating for a second. I'm actually interested about this. Like, why people... Like, okay, the emotes make sense. And I notice, like, some of your text gets that, but, like, people need to fill it up. Like, let's take Proton John's huge viewership, for example. Like, I feel like less text is more. I'm more of that situation here. You don't know about that Channel Awesome situation? I have thoughts about it. Personally, there are things that are probably left best. Not, you know, it's not like I'm coming up with something like so outrageous or anything like that, but it's more of, I get that, actually. Like, there's been a long-seated animosity that's been existed in Channel Awesome. Okay, so if you stop, you actually... If you stop, you fall, okay. I mean, a lot of them have basically moved out just simply because, you know... It was overambitious at a time where you could basically make a career from YouTube AdSense, and the Nostalgia Critic, as a character and as a brand, was very strong, that leveraged, you know, a huge viewership, and a lot of people really enjoyed that. Jeez. No, it actually doesn't extend out far enough. That's a little strange. How do you get that? There's nothing that actually... You know what? Actually, hang on a second. I bet there is actually something I could actually do. Don't worry about that, Playful Piano. Like, every time I see one of John's raids, I see, like, one or two people that, you know, it's like, okay, see the emotes, see the surrounding message. Like, what you do is actually really awesome. But then it's like, I see people's, like, imagine... like, an entire paragraph. Like, I'm guilty of this myself. It's like, you know, I'll tell you one thing I'm guilty with. Bit cups. It's terrible, but I love them. And I love them for this simple reasons, like, oh, cool, you can just put in a lot of different, different cheers. And you can actually throw them in, Really? Nothing's actually physically there? I would have thought that would be something to grab onto. So I enjoy seeing, like, filling of the bit cups and such. That's a kind of guilty pleasure on that. As for Channel Awesome, honestly, I think they've had problems. They've always suffered from growing pains, and they kind of expanded too quickly. I know that sounds strange, but a lot of people want to really make a career out of it, and also part of it, a lot of them brought in their own personal biases and ideologies and such, and along with that, you had a lot of talents that didn't get along, or when they interacted with each other, they either got off on the wrong foot, Or they didn't, or they just hated each other. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. It's like, I saw that channel Lost Doggen. I didn't read through it thoroughly, but I saw some of the names on there, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's, you know, completely makes sense that someone like, I'm trying to remember her name. Nostalgia Chick. I wonder if this is actually... Nope, that's actually not the solution either. Sorry, when I see treasure chests like that, I have to have it. I'll skip it. There's no way I'm getting it. As fun as it would be to just kind of spend my entire time. Really, I'm already maxed out on the greatsword. I think I'll stick with the greatsword. But it's like, you had a lot of people who clearly had their own politics and agenda, and that kind of muddies up the waters and such. You think that's insane that Doug Walker doesn't own the IP for... It depends who has the, The problem is I can't jump from... I went left before, and the gap between that is too far. So I don't know what they want. Because, like, the gap is basically too big. So it's like, it's clear they want you to do something. I'm actually surprised they don't have any sort of item to do anything, because the only really interactive items I have is the ruby, lets me push the heavy boxes. Moonstone basically lets you teleport back to town. Spectacles, see things that are not there and make them physically there. Fire Crystal, that just activates the teleportation devices. Gauntlet smashes walls and boulders. And then the winged boots here allows the wearer to walk in the air after jumping. You have to jump, though. And to do a jump, you need to actually run forward. But it's clear it's directly underneath, so I can actually show you here. I can actually go this way here. Like, this only lasts for a few seconds. But you can see how huge the difference is between the two. Oops, I just ended up walking off because I didn't have enough running distance. And I'm not seeing anything in the background that says that would be interactive. Something tells me if I just backtrack, it'll be available. I wouldn't be surprised if that area fills up with water, and then all of a sudden I can actually traverse it. Because you don't put something in a dungeon for... There's very few times developers will put something in a dungeon for no reason at all. Very few times. There's not really upgrades in this game, Garland, I'll tell you that right now. So don't be thinking, like, you're going to get, like, a second or, like, a +1 of stuff. I'm actually surprised already that there actually is armor +1 in this game. So you approach as well. Stay your hand. My outward aspect may be intimidating, but do not mistake me for a monster. Yeah, no Twilight Princess double hookshot. My outward aspect may be intimidating, but do not mistake me for a monster. Despite appearances, I am rather brittle. I am called Gandharva. As you might already be aware, Obstinate Knight, I am a friend of Dvorak. I have reasons for waiting in such a treacherous place. You see, I have a request to make of you. I mean, a lot of creative streaming is very difficult to get on the ground, playful piano. I can tell you that right now. If that's actually what you were doing, creating music and such, it's hard to garner a viewership from that. And I'll get to you in a second. I want to focus on the story. Hehe, I like a man who listens. Although our reasons differ, both our objectives lie within Castle Strangerock. Up ahead is a place where time and space are askew. It is known as the Time Crevice. It takes a fair amount of skill to make it through, but you will find it a direct route into Castle Strangerock. I am aware there is a device within the castle which is capable of extinguishing this troublesome barrier. If you chance upon that device, I would like you to release the barrier. However, to reach Castle Strange Rock, there is also an obstacle of another sort. A woman. You will find this witch within the time crevice itself. She has been confined there for an age. While Dvorak has gone on ahead, I fear she may be the end of him. If by chance you should meet, 'twould be wise to pool your strength against her. Very well then, O mighty knight. I hope you will heed my request. I'm sure you will be of aid. Your aura gives me great confidence. Okay, let's get back to your topic, though. Streaming something that's actually creative is very difficult, actually. If anything, was it, like the music. This is a very strange place, though. Here. Okay. My god, they've got dungeons in my dungeons. It seems he has left. It was fortuitous that I managed to speak with him in time. Our power is nary a match for Lorelei. Those two, I fear they may not survive this task. Are not the Knights of the Sarah without power? I hear tell they've fallen into ruin. Will he truly be alright? He has reclaimed the crowns from the ruins. Surely you have seen him contend against the creatures there. His strength grows with every battle. I have heard he fights to prolong his life, but I feel he bears an even greater reason to fight. While I am unaware what that reason is. That man is the quintessential knight. Elder Theobald, what troubles you?
I have something I feel I must share with everyone. Shortly before coming here, I held palaver with the stars.
Oh, your astrology was rather famous around the castle, wasn't it? What did you see?
It appears the 3 stars have aligned themselves as one.
3 stars? Are you referring to the Dragon's Fang?
From what I have foreseen, all will become clear with this battle.
I wonder if we should reveal ourselves to him. Our history. And about Lady Fleurette's destiny. I've got dungeons in my dungeons. Yeah, so creative, working on creative is actually very difficult. Primarily, if you really want to know, the biggest problem people have in online streaming, that's... Sorry, will-o-wisps explode. Be a traveler, campus, so the stream... Hang on, I'm gonna actually read. Well, the stream will stop for me 5 minutes. Don't start the topic if you can. Alright. That's an interesting request, but fine. Okay. Evil eyes. And they have a lot of HP. Oh. Backstabbing without you blowing me up. Okay. I can wait a little bit. Oh. Please don't. Okay, these guys are actually really difficult to hit. Okay. The original working from was Quiet and Falling from Celeste. Okay. Oh, well, I'll wait. I got no problem waiting. Okay. There's plenty of puzzles for me to solve here. Plenty of puzzles to solve. and to figure out how to get around this godforsaken place. Okay. What is it? That solution's actually not to... They destroyed the treasure chest, the jerks. I see the solution, but let's be honest, if you're a dungeon crawler, you'll end up doing this. So there's multiple paths then. Alright, let's see what's up ahead first then. I just want to see, like, until I hit a wall in one direction. And there's your wall. That just descends then. Okay. This is actually a simple one. That, and then... Probably should not have that equipped. Ceiling magic is actually a good thing. What's in here? Money! 1,000 gold. I think that's it. Okay. Kind of makes sense for how simple that this pushing puzzle is. That is actually not needed. Love the design though. This actually looks really awesome. This is the one I'm actually gonna be. Actually, no, this isn't so bad either. Actually, it's very easy. I can actually attack the right box. 1,000 gold. How much money do I have? 16,000. I'm going to probably warp back just so I can actually buy the best armor. Nothing's for this. I doubt any of these walls can actually be broken. I told me this is a one-way. This is a one-way. Time grab is first floor. I wonder how many floors are on this. Oh, hello. Mud golem. Interesting. Push these. Yeah, no, they're just obstacles. Oh, 92 damage. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, like, solving the mandatory puzzles actually isn't so bad. Game. It's solving the optional ones that are where you really find the actual brain teasers. Like, there were 2 I missed so far. Oh, yes, technically 3, I guess. One was for a jumping platform. Okay! Really love throwing this stuff at me here. Kinda makes sense they don't want you to leave the room, though. Oh, I have 2 routes. Okay, that's the way down. Where does this lead, then? More enemies! Okay. Oh, I'm actually stuck. I can't get past these two. Alright, fine. Dash! Push them all out of the way. But yeah, it really is actually hard. Like, the one thing, like, you can't just, like, I'll be honest, like, let's put it this way. I stream because I'm treating this as a hobby. Like, I'm not streaming for any sort of fame or notoriety or anything like that. I'm letting myself get my butt up to this. I'm not good. Because one equation a lot of people are missing is that it comes down to marketing. If they're in your audience. I know playful piano is something not still, it's still something that's important to actually talk about. And I don't mind starting over. Like, if anything, I wouldn't mind, probably would actually enjoy, if I actually did a stream where it was basically do nothing more than, and there's actually another streamer that does this, and I think they do it in a trolling manner, so I actually kind of don't like it, because it's not productive. And there's another streamer who the reason I actually don't like those type of streams is I don't want to come off as some sort of know-it-all, and I would rather do actual research when it comes to actually producing that type of content. Have something to, concretely show, not what I'm saying as fact, but as potential solutions towards people's common streaming problems. Like, I would literally just go on the Twitch unofficial Reddit, for example. Veda's gift, 34 strength. You're kidding me. I'm not even close to actually getting that low landline. I'm not. I need that armor though. I need that armor. I actually wouldn't mind going. Actually, we can kind of hear. I'm not gonna go into your topic just yet. Playful piano. I'm waiting for you to say like, "Hey, I'm here." You sit down. You've gotten your drink. And you're ready to chill. Just know, though, I only stream 2 hours a night, so you're not in too much pressure. But at the same time, we're already an hour through this stream. Really, the enemies didn't. I'm disappointed. The enemies didn't respawn. Usually, you walk away and the enemies respawn. Ah, that sucks. So, I know what will make them respawn. It's just going all the way back to the start. Or teleporting out of the dungeon. Hopefully there's a save point. Into the void. Second floor. Oh crap. Black slime. And they hit like a truck. And they also slip apart. Don't even know what this spell like. I'm trying to figure out what Bash does aside from move enemies. Like, I know I can hit multiple enemies. Lucky here. We're actually at uni for physics. Nice. This looks exactly like Labyrinth from Miyazaki's Castle in the Sky. It does? I actually haven't properly sat down to watch all of Castle in the Sky. So, I'll have to forgive my somewhat ignorance. Although, hold on to your buttons. I do remember the shirt explosion scene. That was funny. Giving me the money I need now, thankfully. I'm somewhat disappointed because Castle in the Sky has Mark Hamill voicing the villain. Mark Hamill does a great job voice acting, though. He does an excellent job voice acting. Why would you be disappointed he's playing a role? Like that's if anything one of the best things is, like it's a the wrong way. Well, the right way, but it's not the way I need to go. All good now? Alright, so we can get to your topic about creative. What you're effectively doing is creative. And, you know, let's really talk about the core thing a lot of streamers are disappearing. I've somewhat seen it, darling, just to specify. Like I said, this is gonna sound dumb, but I actually used to work a job that actually had you check the quality of DVDs. And you had to make sure they were, they were operational. So you effectively had to fast forward and check the audio at like random times. And I know that sounds very strange for a job, but that's actually one thing I had to actually do. It obviously wasn't my main, the only thing I did, but it was one of the things I had to do. But as for your topic, play the piano. The biggest thing a lot of people who are doing streaming, you have to learn. It takes a lot of discipline. You have to learn how to stream. You have to learn how to. The game audio is louder than my voice, so it's somewhat hard to hear. Alright, well, I normally have my audio set to a very specific setting, but I do understand from game to game it can be louder, but here's one thing I'll tell you right now, Playful Piano, what your request actually is something that's unreasonable, simply because there's always going to be flexibility in audio from game to game and stuff, but what I'm actually transmitting now is going to what you personally hear in your ears versus the actual audio levels, and you know this because you actually know music, and you probably know it a lot better than I do. I'm actually at that point where you were almost peaking in my mic. Desktop audio, that's actually at -20, and that's been at -20. So, I would actually question what kind of gear there's always, like, the other side. There's always the other side of what you actually would be hearing and such. And I always actually do listen to my own VODs, just to make sure I'm hitting the right audio levels, I do testing, I do all the pre-stream stuff, and I do post-stream stuff. I make sure it's like, what can I learn from the mistake? Like, I've had a mistake one stream where my capture card, even though it showed me it was picking up audio, it wasn't picking up audio. Things like that. It tells me how to actually, and I think of solutions to actually resolve that. When you ask someone, it's like, I can't hear, you have to do your own testing, because the way someone hears from your microphone, say like you're listening on television, that's going to be completely different than when you listen from a headset. And I understand, like, you could be competing with the actual game audio itself. Everything I actually had set has been fine, and I'm now actually... Here's the other thing. I'm projecting more. I'm actually past the point where I'm peaking. I'm talking a lot louder than I normally am comfortable with, because I have a very strained voice right now. So now you're actually happy at the point where I'm forcing my volume. So when you say you can't hear me, it's not, don't tell me to, like, if the game audio is too loud, okay, fine, I can understand that, but I have to consider so many other things, and before I jump into any game project, like for any Beat the Backlog and stuff, you test audio levels, I test everything. I do test recordings, and I try and make sure. Most likely what you're actually getting now is just me talking louder. And I understand that sometimes the game's music could be stronger at some areas, like Civilization 6. Civilization 6, for example. Whenever you win at Civilization 6... I have no idea what the actual solution is here. What is this? Hang on a second, I need to do something dumb. Is it... Oh, this can't be. Yes. Yes, it would, Garland. That would be a very fair assessment. I think I just... No, okay, wait, I have an idea. So... that. there are 2 blocks. Okay. This actually doesn't seem so bad. But yeah, it just comes down to, am I projecting in kind with the music? And I'd say this music here is louder than normal. That should do it. I need to find out if there was actually a better solution for that. Ah, Tabula. Tabula Aquarius. Let's get back to your topic, though. So, creative, and even just starting out on streaming is very difficult because of a couple of factors. One, well, this is Final Dungeon style music. Did I reach dead end? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I don't mind it. Like, it's very ominous. It's very... I personally find it very fitting, because I'm in a very weird situation. And plus, a lot of other music has been very tranquil. But you know things are coming up to a climactic moment, so it's building up. It's building up to a bigger, bigger events are happening here. Bigger than myself, myself that I'm playing through this game. But no, your issue though is it's very hard to get established. Like you might ask yourself like, well, is it the content I'm creating? Is it my streaming schedule? And then you have to figure out like how often are you streaming and such. I'm actually very glad he's paralyzed right now. But I think one of the big things that most people are they get stuck on. Okay, I'm very glad I got that plate mail. And thankfully he got paralyzed. Is self-promotion. And that's actually a very difficult thing to do. You have to find a way to turn your service is your product in terms of streaming. For most people. There are some examples I could give as an exception to the rules, such as shoot, actually the example I actually have in my head, I can't actually say because it's actually against the community TOS. There are some streamers who have their streams are the service and they sell a product on the side. So a good a good example would be healing potion is that say you actually compose music, but you also sell music too. You streaming the creative process is the service, but then you directing people to your store is the product, because you're actually selling something tangible. Well, as tangible as it can be for the creative ones. Destroyed here. But if you're having problems in terms of viewership, it's a couple of things, like, what is it? On stream is Twitch's game show. And there's actually a creative composer, specifically, oddly, actually piano, very fitting with your theme there and your username. And he composes music and stuff. He plays music. But what you actually also have to understand that it's networking. You have to find places where they allow some sort of self-promotion, which is very difficult to actually find. You can't do it on Reddit. It's very difficult to find the right places where you can actually, build up your profile. And part of it will just simply be, you already have to be selling your product. Have a place where people can actually look at your content and specifically commission you. You have to be willing to actually offer a service to actually build up your profile. And you gotta find places where not just simply you'll enjoy from your own personal time, but also, like like, say you like being on Proton John's stream, for example, but simply watching Proton John isn't gonna actually help you build up your profile. Yeah, no, if you're actually in the creative medium and stuff, you need to learn to, you know, reach out and contact and get involved in places and communities that you can, you know, you can actually get to know people. Like, you know, I'll be honest, like I said, I'm pretty much doing this streaming thing as a hobby. This is my game time now. Every single stream that you have seen me do for the past 2.5 years, I didn't archive my third year, the very first year of me streaming, has been nothing but that is my game time. Any other time I'm away, I'm focused on, you know, my real life, making sure I stay connected with the people who are physically around me, because that's one of the most important things, and I feel you'll see a lot of streamers make that mistake. They don't actually connect with people. Creates a huge explosion that burns enemies. I really wish my magic power was actually worth something. Like, I was actually, you know, that's why I was very adamant about having some sort of self-promotion on Proton John's channel, and because there's not many places that allow you to really promote. And I feel that does a major disservice. But another way you can promote, though, is basically through networking and just creating the content. You'll have, you know, a lot of artists will basically kind of the starving artist here. You will have to create some sort of art for people to actually consume. It doesn't have to be for free, but you could give a sample. Create something, you know, like a remix or something like that, or something that people would want to listen to. You know, and this goes along with kind of like any other artist. You see a lot of painters. Well, I'm just gonna call them painters. I'm gonna interchange artists and painters here, kind of mean one and the same. In this scenario. But you'll see a lot of artists, what do? They just constantly create, and they constantly post it out there. They want people to... Oh, crap. Well, there's Dvorak. And... I have no idea what that is. That was a boss. That is a teleporter. First things first, though. Dvorak matters more. Dvorak?
So, you have come. Ahead waits Lorelei. We imprisoned her because she committed a sin plus grave. She who once stood beside us. That we cannot live, eh? What have I... really... all this time? I never once needed help yet. No apology will absolve my failure. Lady Florette.
Dvorak has lost consciousness. That's very unfortunate. Hopefully he'll actually... Well, at least he's unconscious. He's not actually dead. I'm actually going to take this opportunity to actually go to town. Since I'm actually given the opportunity, I am taking that opportunity. Because I actually buy armor. But self-promotion is probably one of your core issues. And just being able to actually create content and find people who will be willing to actually share your content. And that's the important thing. You have to find yourself peers. Not people you idolize, not people you will go into a fanboy mode or anything like that. Never Playful Piano, if you're archiving your streams, like you're highlighting them and you're like, you know, saving the entire thing, don't worry about that. You actually can edit your titles, you can edit everything in the video manager setting in Twitch. Don't worry about misspelling a stream. I've done it multiple times as well, just by accident, and I just go back and correct it. It's that simple. Never stress out about that stuff. Twitch has built a lot of better options. You can even actually change the game, or, well, category. Let's just call it category now, since they've gotten a lot further into, expanding stuff here. So I actually have... I've mastered all these weapons here. There's no way I'm going to be using the Drake's Claw. Here's the axe. So I need 4 strength on the axe, and I guess the rest can go to reflexes. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna use my mouse here. I'm gonna use my mouse. That'll be a lot easier. I'm gonna like, the hardest thing, I'd say that, you know, if you want people to watch you on Twitch, and it's never gonna be an overnight thing. Like I said, I've been doing this for 3 years now. Since I actually finally had the internet connection. That was, if anything, the big thing that bottle capped me. The big thing was... Let me just take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and let's put those 2 into reflex. Is you need to find people who are going to... You know, people you can connect to. Not go fanboy on them. Go idolize and stuff. Like, let's take my relation to Proton John. I'd like to think we're friends. But in terms of, like, what I can do for him in terms of role of moderator, I don't idolize John. At all. I know a lot of people do. But when you're of somewhat of a similar age group, and the older you get and you become more cynical, you realize that you don't need to idolize everyone. You know, and that's part of an age thing. You're lucky to get some views on YouTube channel. Oh, if you do have a YouTube channel, you should... Every time you actually have a stream, just post a temporary video on your YouTube channel just saying, hey, I'm going live right now, or do it 30 minutes before. Say, at this time, if you can get yourself like a consistent schedule, or even if you don't have a consistent schedule, just make a small little video that says, hey, I'm going to be streaming, I'm going to be doing this, just do a simple audio recording, just open up whatever audio recording program you use, say a few lines here, what you're streaming, where you're streaming, what are you going to be doing, and say, feel free to join us, and you can just say, I'm going to delete the video once I'm done doing it. Nice, fast, simple, and you can slowly convert your YouTube channel audience over into Twitch. You had the ability to script something, and you have all the tools, or none of the ability or time. Reading that... Well, okay, it's hard to discern what you're actually specifically saying with your statement, is descriptions of videos here. No, just make a small video, like 30 seconds. Total Biscuit did it all the time. And a lot of other streamers actually do. They just give alerts saying, hey, I'm going to be streaming at this time. Come join. A script for a YouTube show, forgot to add. Well, YouTube and Twitch are effectively 2 different beasts. Hopefully I have enough to actually buy this. Thank goodness. Wow, 2,400. Barely. Barely! That is barely enough money. I honestly thought I would actually have enough for the kite shield, but apparently not. That is a shame. A lot of people who who do things on YouTube and stuff, it's planning in advance. It's all planning in advance. Oh crap, this is I didn't even read this was a 2-handed axe. What's Veda's gift? Where's Veda's gift? Increases move. Hey! Let's go get that item we weren't able to get earlier. How about we get that? Huh? Oh cool, I even have a little flash, little shadow technique there. That's actually fun. It's gonna make this boss fight a whole lot harder, though. I'm gonna keep the shield. Keep the shield, keep the boots. Yeah, everything else is fine. But yeah, just a simple video will serve you well into the future in terms of converting your YouTube audience or viewership into that. But it depends how much you actually want to invest in streaming and such. Like, if you're doing it, you know, casually and stuff, like, there are a lot of YouTubers who just do streaming more or less on a casual basis. It's nice for the extra income. But they don't do it, you know, they don't go all in on it. And that's honestly fine, and if anything, normal. By the way, just, John still do stuff for YouTube. He's more focused on... Honestly, if you actually really want to get down to it, you know what? I'm gonna follow my own advice on this. I don't speak for Proton John. I moderate for him, but he runs... And this is a rule I actually have. When it comes to... you know, helping someone, or specifically like in John's case, or a lot of other people, when they want my help and I need to be somewhat of a face, or somewhat of a, or basically be a community manager, a moderator, you have to understand that that is their business. Especially with someone like John. He actually makes his career on streaming, or on YouTube and stuff. He did him and everyone else. And it's always important to be wary of what you actually say and do online. I think, you know, everyone can just simply, you know, John, I could honestly ask John the question, and it's probably just something as very simple as he can't get the, you know, he can't get things together, or he's not having the motivation, in terms of what he actually wants to create, versus, you know, what you actually, you know, what he actually can do. And it's a very difficult thing, because honestly, YouTube has changed over the years. That's one of the big things. YouTube has drastically changed. You cannot have a career based on AdSense alone. Which is what was very beneficial about Twitch as a, I didn't change my Guardian, did I? No, I did. Okay, good. Honestly, you want to stream at a casual level, maybe, there's your first problem, Playful Man. I'm gonna stop you right there. Never focus on the number of viewers. Never worry about that. Ever. What you should be focused on is producing the show and content you want to create. I've said this 1,000 times in the Twitch unofficial Reddit, and I see so many people who want to have a career in streaming or some way of being popular or building up some sort of notoriety, and they'll focus too much on viewers or numbers. And I understand why. It's because they want to get into the affiliate program, they want to be able to... they want to be noticed. I'm just going to actually get this item here real quick, because I know we can now. Because this is a lot faster. I also just realized I took away the one thing that was actually making my damage really, really high, the flame sword. Alright. However... probably should have fixed that. If you make it, they will come. Yes and no. Over on YouTube, due to moon policy and such, you can't really make money. Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to make money off YouTube anymore. YouTube, in terms of AdSense, is dead. Like, think of it this way, though. You have a leg up on 90% of people who actually make YouTube videos. Or produce content on YouTube. You are an artist. And you have to own that. You are an artist through and through. And because you are an artist, you can create so much more. I'm actually just really hoping this actually works, because if not, I am... nope, I have to go the other way. I have to do it from the... I'm a little confused, honestly, now. How am I gonna get it the other way? Like, you know, let's be honest, Playful Piano's already doing it. He's already built the field. But the thing is, I don't even know why I'm not trying to attack this guy from behind. It's more about being able to actually market it and let people know it exists. You know. You're not looking to become anything big, nor do I really want to become big. I need to focus on things like school and the electric release. Okay, that's another misconception you have right now. Your other misconception is you have to... which is oddly enough the inverse problem what a lot of people actually aspire to. Don't let your success be determined on what you want to be. Go at the pace that you want to create content, and let other people decide if they want to tune in and watch. The success of your success on streaming should not be determined by you, it should be determined by others. I'm actually surprised that there is gift here. Doesn't look like I actually... Hang on a second, I need to actually see something. Like I said, I am one of those hardcore, I don't want to give up on this treasure. No, it's the same speed, actually. It's the same speed. I would honestly think. You want people to talk to on a regular basis? That doesn't make sense. I have no idea what they actually want there, this one. I'm actually confused on this one. I'm gonna try once more. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna warp to town, heal, and then go to our boss here. Yeah, no, that's way too far. What if you ran... That's actually a good point. You were absolutely right, that's a good point. Completely forgot about that option. We will experiment. Oh, I need the boots though still. I need the boots to get up there. You're right, it could just be a momentum thing. And this could be the item you get. Because this game does encourage backtracking. Yeah, never, you know, your success should just come from your own personal hard work and letting others determine your success. Never ever think like, oh, I just want someone to talk to. Well, that's fine. If you really are looking for that, then if you have a friend... I don't know why I went that too far. Sorry, I'm focused on Playful Piano's situation here. Probably because it's amount of time... No! No, that's actually an incorrect assessment. I'm actually always thankful when people like Walnut or Garland, or yourself, you know, show on up and say hi. But primarily, though, most conversation or commentary I create is literally just me talking to myself. It really is just that. So, I've had, and I still do, to this day. Like I said, I'm not, you know, if you really want to look at people who actually have tried to really capitalize off of their network, like say they know Proton John and such, or their associations and such, or they cash in on, you know, because age demographics actually matter, like people can easily relate. I'm a lot older here than a lot of John's viewers and such. Nope, that actually didn't work, surprisingly enough. I'm probably just overlooking something. But no, like, I still have plenty of streams where it's just me, myself, and I. And all I do is just kind of talk to myself and just talk what I feel like. You know, I don't try to go out of my way to be controversial, because honestly, one thing that gets a lot of people in trouble is because they're talking about things they probably shouldn't be talking about. And I don't want the magic ceiling one. What else do I need? There was another reason why I came to town. I need to save, I need to switch my abilities. I like John too. I like the content he creates. It's very entertaining. He clearly has shown, he's clearly leveraging his ability, not only his charisma, that's honestly the biggest thing he has in spades, is charisma, but the other thing he has going for him is that, and what makes his content very unique in terms of streaming, is that he can offer something that most people can't, which is a lot of variety streaming. He owns so many games, he can basically he created a variety show based on his game collection. And Tom Fox has emulated that with his collection, and he has also, you know, a very verbose collection as well. And I myself actually do have a verbose collection of games I could stream, but I don't have the physical space to do it. So there are certain limitations or anything like that. But in terms of actually communicating or coming out with commentary, that's just something you gotta practice. You You know, it just comes with practice, or just simply, you know, find things to talk about. One thing that makes a lot of streamers actually very boring to watch, and I'll throw myself in this as well. I do a lot of terrible practices here. I don't go out of my way to self-promote. I don't build out overlays or anything like that. Like, if you actually want to see, you know, my starting asset playful piano, here, let's actually take a little intermission here. I know a lot of people actually use John's intermission wall, Juker, Mio Hello, Meds. All of them have basically copy-pasted John's intermission wall. Just for something as basic pre-production value. Here's mine. Oh, let me actually mute the, This is it. Nothing special. Something nice, simple, straightforward. I like Phantasy Star Online music. I like Armored Core's music. Nice and easy. Just even a little pre-production value. If you want to see someone who actually creates excellent pre-production value, there's Yoshi, there's Exposure, or even something simple if you ever watch Cthulhu the Third. I've always recommended his streams multiple times as well. Something very simple. You know, like all he really actually does for his intermissions or opening streams and ending streams and stuff is just an MP3 player. That's it. The old line bars so you can actually see the audio waves. Nice and entertaining. You know what music you're listening to. Usually takes him about 30 minutes before he actually starts streaming. I take 3 minutes, because I'm much more compacted. He can go for like 5 hours, I can't. Same thing with John. He can do stuff, you know, like it's about working with the time you can commit with what you stream. But as for, you know, building up communication and stuff, if you're just looking for someone to talk to, just find a friend. Invite him in Discord, let him know what the ground rules are and such. Like, if just find the person who has the right way you could play off of them. That gives you energy, that gives you the ability to be the person you want to present yourself as. Whether it's a character, like Dr. Disrespect. I know Dr. Disrespect has had a lot of problems lately. As well with, let's just be honest, every single top-tier streamer that exists in this industry is, if anything, not exactly the highest of moral character. But that's what most people actually want. They want the real-life jackass, and they'll support people who have that because they support Logan Paul, the Logan Pauls of the world, or the Jake Pauls of the world, or PewDiePie's recent action, or, you know, actions from last year, or stuff like that. People love real-life jackass. The problem is, you know, it's like they don't, obviously, they won't like it until they're actually thrown in with it. Just making sure. Okay, got everything. Probably just buy one more large potion. I'm not going to worry about the actual physical cost. Whoops. Gonna buy this, pay full price for it. Any potion is better. Plus, I don't know if this Lorelei will actually murder me. So, you know, find what gives you that motivation. You know, like what's your, you know, what's in your real house? Do you actually, you know, do you need someone to play off of? Do you know the people you can play off of? Alright, Dvorak, I'm back. I brought more potions, but okay, you're still asleep. Fine. Okay. Oh, cool. Just who might you be? My name is Lorelei. I stand by Dragon King Gauss's side, much like the Black Bride. This is near endgame, yes. For a chick to be born, it must burst through the egg shell. To create such an event, the whole world must be thrown into ruin. It was known as Paradise, that prosperous land from which Xanadu rose. And yet, the reality was, the greedy people were drowning themselves in pleasure and indolence. For men who have forsaken the moral path, destruction at Master Gauss's hand is truly necessary. And with the destruction of such baseness, a new world will rise. Knight, have you come to stop me much like those ignorant, militant sages? Show me what lies in your heart. I see a man once content with his own weakness, now spurred on by fear of his approaching death. 'Tis quite foolhardy to believe one so cowardly can challenge me. Your judgment is at hand, knight. Behold this blessing from Master Gauss. Bow before this wondrous power. So she's not the Black Bride, she was a sage, and now she wants to kill me. I will get to your comment in a moment, Playful Piano, because there's another misconception you have. And it's something you should be thinking of. Oh my goodness, what did you do to yourself? Oh! Okay. Alright. You're not even gonna let me get close, are you? Oh my god, I do no damage to her. Well, we do the same damage to each other, at least. Oh, that's not good. Really? She is hard to hit! This is gonna be terrible. I'm actually gonna tank damage here. This potion. And she summoned enemies. I do not do any damage to these things. Oh, I know. And thank you for doing the one thing I was actually afraid of the most. Okay. One's made of ice, so let's actually... They have no weaknesses. That's also just lovely. Okay. Oh! Great. This is actually really bad. One. Focus on the one. Okay. I need to actually get rid of... I had to get rid of it. I didn't get rid of it. I need to actually get rid of... Oh, they become stronger. That's actually... Oh my god, this is actually bad. I didn't... Right one. Sorry, like I said, the real problem with this game is that you should be playing this game with mouse and keyboard. Because the one thing I can't do, Rose here, specifically Rose. It's actually a really tough fight. I can't even backstab these people. I should just went for strength. What would actually be the best thing is if I actually try and kill them all at once. Don't squish me! Possible. A person like you has. I want you to listen well, Knight. Master Gauss's revival is not far off.
I sense it strongly. Mr. Gauss's heart beats stronger with each passing day. Night, when that time comes.
So she was possessed. Guess this is the device that can destroy the barrier. Dvorak, are you okay? I could actually use your... Dvorak? Dvorak, you ran away. That's not good. I don't know how to use this machine. How do I use this machine? I just walk into the machine. I'm just gonna walk into it. Into the portal.
Cowardice is not a woeful trait. That was their favorite phrase. One's own fear may betray you, but the most important thing is to not run away. By admitting one's weakness, therein lies true strength. Still, after they had said such things, the veracity of those words had a much stronger impact than could be imagined. In such that way, they were quite the same as I.
I have to be inside the castle now. Castle Strange Rock. I'm in! So... you have to, like I said, it really comes down towards networking, getting advice, and, you know, just being able to create the content and such. Like, do you have a website and such? Do you create content consistently? You may not want to somehow realize John's entire, like, let's take John for example here, and the same with a lot of other streamers and stuff. A lot of their career happened because they just simply did stuff. They created stuff. None of them actually went out looking for fame, nor did they seek their own failure, which is the one thing that I had an exception with you saying, like, oh, I just want 10 or 15 people watching and stuff. It's like, if you just want someone to talk to, you could just find a friend and play and find someone with. You know, have an actual reason to do streaming and stuff. Me, this is a hobby for me. I'm enjoying it. I could have joined the affiliate program well over a year and a half ago. If not longer. But I'm keeping it as a hobby because I haven't thought of a vision or the type of content I would like to add in addition to what I'm currently doing. Like, I actually do have shows here. And I've named them. Beat the Backlog, Beat my games in my backlog that I actually have in my collection. Game Archive, that's kind of a night for me to chill and relax, but I still want to stream. And there's finally, I had the Arena, which, when I was more focused on competitive games, Overwatch, Hero of the Storm, those type of games, because they have a very competitive element, and I can be a very competitive person. But, as for... And let's admit, all three of those forms of shows that I create here on Twitch are the laziest form of content I could actually do. And that's, if anything, probably one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people do when it comes to streaming. You can create a show, but if it doesn't have some sort of production value or some sort of angle that you can actually promote and get people interested in, it's not really going to go anywhere, because you really do have to treat streaming just like everyone did back when television was the new thing, or when radio was the new thing. You have to create something. You have to have a vision of something that you would like to actually create. If it's just, I do me and you watch the ride, fine. That's cool. That's actually great, especially if you actually are physically creating content, or you're doing commissions and stuff, and you feel like you want to actually stream that type of thing. But if it's just you, say, like I said, this is the laziest form of content. It's just you streaming something, you're not going to get anywhere. What I'm doing is not actually going to get me any sort of fame or success or anything like that, unless we wind back the clock to all the way back in the Justin TV days. Back when the foundation wasn't even laid or anything. The foundation for Twitch is laid. The foundation for YouTube is laid. There's still a chance, like, somehow you might become a heartthrob like Justin Bieber or Jake Paul or Logan Paul. You might be able to be the 1 in a million. Which is why you actually should definitely stay in school, but you're creating stuff. You know, and your value as an artist will be determined on how much you can create, what you create, and who you actually, and if you actually sell that content. You know, from creating something as simple as a jingle for a commercial, or get a commission for a streamer, anything in a... If you know someone with a bigger channel and you do collaborations with them, well, if you want to do a collaboration with them, why not suggest it? That is one avenue. But in terms of, you know, like what's currently hot right now in terms of Twitch, it's creating a character. It's creating, you know, something bigger than just simply yourself streaming. I know IRL is actually very popular, but IRL is popular because, one, I can't say because it's a violation of Twitch terms of service. The other one is people who are effectively being real-life jackass. That effectively is the two big things that happen on stream. You know, if you want to do something more advanced, or something that takes a lot of video editing or production value, that's gonna be, that's gonna take a lot of, pre-production value. And you might actually consider pushing that to YouTube. I'm actually gonna see that actually does nothing, okay. I'm not gonna say Playful Piano. This is not the time and place to say it ever on Twitch. An undulating aura of pure evil emanates from this magical waygate. Is this... It is. Wow, that is actually the barrier. Yeah, I can't even leave, actually. Smash that barrier. We'll probably end tomorrow's, this stream tomorrow then, or the game tomorrow. I don't know how long this dungeon is, and I have a feeling it would probably take, it's probably not gonna take 2 hours, but still, it'll take some time. And I don't have the luxury this time around, this weekend, to stay longer than normal. The barrier is gone! Castle Strange Rock is open for anyone to enter. Hello? Probably should have read this sign first. At Tenmar's touch, glowing symbols rose to the surface. A human youth has come where Castle Strange Rock's impregnable perimeter defenses lay. If your desire is to open a path to destroy the magical waygate, then one must purify the undulating jewel. Say Zen the demon's artisan. Yes. Should your body die within, thy children will be without shield, for thy soul cannot guard them. Ooh. Well, that's ominous. I'm gonna guess this is not the exit. Castle Strange Rock. And destroyed stairs, huh? Sir Knight. I offer you congratulations. You have long last made it to Castle Strange Rock. Because you are a knight, I was quite sure you'd manage in the end. However, it is too soon. Far too soon to lower your guard. You still have yet to obtain the sacred sword, Dragon Slayer. Do you not know who I am? It is I, the priestess, Lise. What? Ah, how I've missed this place. I've returned here one last time. Have a good night, Garland. Sir Knight, I have something which I must confess. My true name is Lazelot. I am the first princess of Xanadu from the 14th dynasty. However,
A few hundred years ago, I wed Galsus, and the people of that time made me black bride. My weak body was granted this power and strength by my darling Galsus at my request. You seem to be at a loss for words. It should be no surprise. My beloved husband's revival is soon at hand. At long last, everything is now set to welcome his great return. All that remains, dear knight, is your desire to obtain the sacred sword at any cost. The Dragon Slayer and its bearer pose the single greatest threat to my husband. As his wife, if I defeat them, I shall have the sweetest pleasure. The time when the knight obtains the sacred sword. That will signify the time of your death at my hand. I suppose I shall be off. Allow me to impart one small clue, however. A hint, if you will, to the whereabouts of the sacred sword. There exists a soul keeper guarding the sacred sword. Now that Castle Strangerock has awoken, that keeper should have also awoken. You will do well to seek them out. Farewell, fare thee well, Sir Knight. I look forward to our next encounter.
Well, crud. Huh. Wait a minute, then how am I gonna change Guardians? I mean, I probably shouldn't worry about that, but... Okay, that just looks cool. But back to the heavy topic at hand, though. Playful Piano, though, you need to... How to phrase it, actually. I think of a good way to actually phrase it. You know, it's like, it just comes down to... If you're having trouble attracting a viewership, part of it will simply be related to networking. Part of it will be just simply being consistent, constantly going at it. And the other final part is just really luck. I mean, just, like, if you could, you know, running, like I said, you're really, if you're doing streaming, you're doing YouTube and stuff, you're effectively running your own business. And you need to treat it as such. You need to think about what kind of content you actually want to create, how much investment you want to actually create in it, and find places and people that will allow, that are like-minded, well, maybe not like-minded, let me rephrase that, that share the same aspirations and hobbies as you. Because those will be the people that you will want to connect with, that will actually really help you not only grow as a better artist, but also be able to actually become more serious about the type of content you want to create. You know, streaming, creating YouTube videos, doing any of this stuff is not for the faint of heart. It's not some... For a lot of people, unless they're doing something very specific, or they're already established, it is very difficult to make this into a career. There are some people that will have a very easy time doing it, because they're using, you know, what gifts God has given them, or what gifts they have actually gained. You know, let's take, you know, what is it, I really hate Twitch's new terms of service, actually, because they actually go after smaller channels for talking about categories of streamers than more than ever before, and it's not, even if you were to discuss it in an actual honest and intellectual way to actually improve one's streaming stuff. You know, this is why I don't focus on streamers like, you know, Destiny, or, you know, streamers like them who act like they have all the answers. Nobody has all the answers, you know? Especially when it comes to things like politics, or a lot of other rigmarole that gets, or any other hot topics. You know, your drama stuff is usually what you dig into, and They deign themselves to be experts, when in reality, they don't actually have the answers at all. Had a feeling they'd be here.
So you arrived.
That was quite the perilous task indeed, Tenmar.
You had the strength to beat back Lorelei. Simply splendid.
If you would, please step forward.
Allow me to congratulate you. Splendid work on releasing the barrier on Castle Strange Rock. Everyone wishes to express their gratitude. Thanks to your actions, a certain reckless someone was able to continue on with their life. Come now, I am rather grateful. Seems you also came into contact with the Black Bride while inside Castle Strangerock. Very well. Then I shall make this quick. There is someone who wishes to see you. It is a pleasure to meet you, brave knight. I am the second princess of the 14th dynasty of Xanadu. You may call me Florette. There is no need for the formalities. Haha, you seem quite shocked. Have you perchance met somewhere before? My apologies for surprising you.
My apologizes? I just realized that was actually an error.
Lieselot, the Black Bride, rather, is my twin sister.
I gather that much from the memoirs.
You have traversed the ruins and unearthed its secrets, and you likely know this already, but... Princess Florette is said to have been the hero who defeated the devil Galsus.
Oh, I'm doing the wrong voices here.
Galsus was defeated? By me?
Haha, I share your surprise, my lady.
Enough of this foolery. Allow Princess Florette the courtesy of explaining. My, how strict. It seems the truth differs from that which was recorded in history. While I did do battle with the dragon, I have no right to be called a hero. Allow me to start from the beginning. Firstly, all of those gathered here fought with me against both the Black Bride and her Dragon King.
We live but to serve. We were named the Seven Sages by the people, after all. Our original role was to aid Princess Florette and assist in sealing off the Dragon King.
This tale goes back 500 years. That was when Princess Florette was chosen to become a sacred maiden. Without warning, Princess Lieselot went into the castle and released the sealed binding of the Dragon King. And thus, perhaps by doing so, she came to be known as the Black Bride. One of the Seven Sages, Lorelei. My beloved sister coerced her, lost amidst the gaze of the devil's power. Princess Lieselot was stripped of her royal ties. This declaration was made by the king almost immediately. Our mission was to breach the castle Strangerock to kill the dragon and the traitorous Black Bride both. However, the moment Galsus was cornered and Lady Florette raised the sacred sword to strike him down, we were caught unaware by the Black Bride, and our time was stolen from us. The sorcery she cast upon us at this crucial moment petrified us left and right. It was horrible to be frozen in such a pose. How embarrassing. It was a potent magic that lasted an age, but over time its power dwindled, and now we are freed. But now, though the great beast too has been slumbering these many years, she seeks to wake him. I sense the Black Bride is trying to summon an era of darkness upon this country as well. Despite Xanadu long been laid to ruin, that fact is unlikely to stop them. Perhaps because of that, we were awoken to this era to fulfill our mission. Be advised, brave knight. It would seem that you, too, have an important role to play here. Your search for the sacred sword, Dragon Slayer, assures us of this. The Maiden's Seal serves two functions. The first purpose is to imprison Gelsus. Although in troubled times, it does perform one more task, that is, to entrust a worthy person with the sacred sword. What this means is that the Maiden's Seal serves to select the sacred sword's inheritor. No inheritor was revealed those 500 years ago, so I took up the sacred sword myself. But this time...
It is said that when the dragon stars of three stars of the Dragon Fang shine as one in the sky, a suitable successor for the sacred sword will come forth. In ancient times, this sign was the proof that the sacred sword's successor had appeared.
This time a person of strength and merit has appeared before us. Brave Knight, I wish to entrust the Dragon Slayer to you, for you are the rightful successor. Nothing more needs to be said. You already seem destined to be the one who shall confront the Black Bride.
Princess, do you mean to say...
With certainty. Dvorak, the Zagreus.
Yes, milady.
Brave Knight, have you found the other 3 crowns? Bring them to me. Rebek, Ozi, Tyrone, and Zagreus. These 4 crowns are the symbols of Xanadu, and within them is hidden the key to the sacred sword's seal. And thus, as custom requires, I shall channel the guardian within myself through the earth. The original purpose of the sacred mains was to wield this blessed magic. As a descendant of Kublai Khan, I, Floret, beseech you, O ancient and immortal dragon spirit, appear and let thy sacred blade be bathed in the great dragon's light. Show yourself to us, my guardian, the Dragon Slayer. Only this weapon is capable of defeating the Dragon King Gelsus and the Black Bride. Brave Knight, please take hold of it.
That's a nice looking sword.
"'Tis truly amazing. The sacred sword has accepted you. Its noble form has returned at last. 'Tis too early to be praising the heavens.
In order for the Black Bride to meet the Dragon King, I believe she must make for the center of Castle Strange Rock. If the knight gives chase now, he may still yet catch her. Moving forward, I shall take care of all future ceremonies here as you need. Well then, brave knight, may fortune be with you."
Well, let's actually talk to all these guys here before we wrap things up tonight.
Knight, the castle where Gelsus slumbers is of considerable size. Be sure your equipment is in order before venturing forth.
You have grown admirably, knight. Who could have guessed that you would accomplish such things? Ne'er once did I imagine such an outcome. However, 'tis still too early to celebrate. Noble struggle, truly. Did we survive the battle to come, I would very much like to hear your tale as we drink the night away.
From the person who murdered me.
There exists one final battle, it seems. We too shall follow you into the haunted halls of that cursed castle. Or cursed castle. At the very least, we wish to lend you what power we have. We will aid you in any way we can. We know not the hour of the devil's revival. We must make haste.
During the reign of King Gildian, a brave man armed with a secret sword came forth. This time around, though, opponents like Gelsus and the Black Bride, nothing is assured.
Castle Strange Rock has a tower rising from within. If you seek that spire, I believe you will find the Dragon King at its pinnacle. Reaching those heights, however, truly it'll be a trial.
I cannot. Can I actually walk it? Yeah, I should. There we go. I was wondering if I could actually walk behind them.
Elise.
He was serving the Black Bride this entire time. Man, she lived for over 500 years then. I'm surprised no one actually figured it out. I actually have the Dragon Slayer? Only takes 5 of each stat and does 250 damage. I'm actually surprised. It's the same as, the Shadow Axe.
While the Black Bride is my sister, I have no misgivings about bringing around her downfall. She is a threat who should have perished long ago. Brave knight, allow me, along with the sages, to aid you in this dread task. Together we shall destroy the Dragon King and his Black Bride.
Oh, nice! New artwork, too. I'm guessing, yep, same picture. I missed a lot then, playing through this. Oh, is that Charlotte?
10 more! Ah, that sword, is it really? Then, is your body back to normal?
I guess so?
So relieved. Hey, Tenmar? Now that your body is recovered, you don't need to fight anymore, right?
Now with a task like this handed on to me.
I see. You're really something, Tenmar. I'm always at a loss for words. It's just like that time you became a knight. You made such an important decision all by yourself. I was really worried about you. And now again. I'm sorry, Tenmar. I know I should know better. Just promise me you'll take care. I'll be rooting for you from town.
Well, I guess tomorrow then. Will be our dreaded dive into the dungeon. And I also just realized I have no money. So I guess I got it wrong then. I thought something this. So wait, let me think. So the first daughter. So the second daughter was chosen to be the Sacred Maiden. I guess, well, technically they're twins, they're of the same age. But still. Oops. Yeah, think of Black Bride. We have one more tabula. We'll actually read that, I'll actually read that tomorrow. I missed two memoirs, apparently. And 2 tabula. That's actually surprising. But I'm actually gonna master Veda's gift. I feel like the sprint speed will actually be important. But that'll all have to be dealt with tomorrow. Until then, though, I'm gonna enjoy my own nap. Save here. And tomorrow, we'll go and try and beat this game. But as always, though, thank you very much for watching. Playful Piano, like I said, I actually wouldn't mind doing a stream. You know, a discussion stream of trying to create solutions or discussing effectively what happens constantly on Twitch. Twitch's Reddit is the constant repetition of topics and such, and just simply doing streams of that. But there's a huge difference to just simply streaming yourself and talking like you know everything. And there's a difference actually putting actual production value, getting people who actually work as, you know, as streamers, from both in, you know, from the outside looking in, and, you know, basically interviewing people and such, and the actual work it takes to set all of that up and do it professionally and do it right. And the best thing I can say for you is, part of it is you just have to constantly stick with it. Always be creating, you always have to figure out a stream schedule. Something that you can do consistently, something that's in your routine, that you want to do and know you will have the energy to. Don't be afraid to ever take breaks as well. You know, I stream every day myself. I do 8 to 10 Pacific time. And I strive to do it every day. 2 hours a night. And that's my time to play games. That's why I've made this my hobby into this. But in terms of you creating art and doing something creative and stuff, half the battle is just always basically creating, putting yourself out there and stuff, and really figuring what you want to do. Having a vision of what you actually want to do and what you want to create is the most important thing, because that will go in line with what you'll end up be creating and what you'll end up doing on Twitch, or in any sort of outlet, in terms of online content at least. That, if anything, is the most important thing. Because even my vision was to get into streaming, and I don't have much time to dedicate to it. I don't have much time to play games. So, even though this is effectively the laziest form of content creation, of me simply playing a game, it's something that I actually want. And this is more or less my current ideal vision of it. It's very low-key, it focuses on the game, and I can clear games in my backlog or have fun playing games I actually enjoy. You know, I'm not out to torture myself to play a bunch of terrible games. That's fine. Don't worry about that play piano. That's why VODs exist, though. That's the beauty. That's the other beauty of streams. I always archive my streams and stuff so people can always listen in and watch if they want to get caught up, or if they actually just want to simply see the game being played. Because I like focusing, my streams, I like focusing on the game. I'm not here to focus on me. I'm here, like, ideally my streams are, I'll talk about myself, but I want to enjoy the story, I want to enjoy the game, and if people stop by and they want to have a conversation, I'll have a conversation with them. That's what I care about when it comes to streaming. And that, to me, is, like, the most important thing. If I could do it as a career, it'd be great, but I know I'm gonna have to put a lot more effort into actually making, if I actually want to try and make this a career, and have a better vision, and have a different vision of creating the content I want to create. And that requires getting the skills, and getting in touch with the people, and then finding just simple places where I can promote myself, people who will want to actually be connected with me and work with me on this stuff. But no, I just focus on, but you didn't miss much. I'll just focus on the story, though. But that's gonna do it for me tonight. Tomorrow, though, we'll definitely finish off Xanadu next here, no matter how much time it actually takes. But until then, let me take a look and see if there's anyone actually streaming. For the most part, it is a Saturday night, and there's still PAX East going. So it is very unlikely that there might be some person. Actually, I still don't know why I'm not following this person on Twitch. Summoning Salt. If you ever heard of Summoning Salt, he is actually the person on YouTube that creates the world record progression series on YouTube. So if you ever want to know anything about speedrunning or the speedrunning industry, you should actually take a moment and watch Summoning Salt. That's who I'm going to give my host to for tonight, because it's the only person I know who's actually currently active at the moment. He's currently streaming Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, as always, as he actually just got a world record pace yesterday. So he got the God RNG was on his side. So go over there, go say hi to him if you're looking for something to listen to. And honestly, he doesn't mind actually answering questions and stuff about speedrunning and stuff. That's gonna do it for me, though. Once again, though, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And until then, take care.